Okay, for this activity, you'll be creating a menu for a restaurant using Google Docs. So we'll want to go ahead and open up Google Docs and create a new blank document. And we'll first want to change the layout of the page a little bit. So if we click on File, and then we scroll down to Page Setup, and then we're going to go to Page Color, and pick a color that you would like to use on the background of your page. And then we'll click OK. Alright, so I've got a color there. Next I'm going to go to Insert a Table. So I'll click on Insert Table, and let's go ahead and do a table with 3 columns and 13 rows. Alright, so I've got my table here. Next I want to merge and center my top row. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight these 3, and then I can right click, and then I'll go to Merge Cells. And now if I want to center, I'll Control Shift E. So we'll go ahead and center that first row. Next, we'll go ahead and give our restaurant a name. And for our name, let's go ahead and change to a font style that interests us. So let's do something that looks good. I'm just gonna choose this one. So, and we'll also choose a larger font size. So let's do a font size anywhere between 24 and 36. So let's try 30 and see how that looks. All right. So here's my name of my restaurant at the top, Encore Cafe, and then let's go ahead and merge and center our second row. So I'll highlight the second row, right click inside of it, click Merge Cells, and then to center it, Control Shift E. Okay, next we'll need to type Appetizers in this row, but let's change it to a different font style and font size first. So let's do Appetizers using this lobster, and I'm going to change the font size, go ahead and change it to 22 for the appetizers. All right, next I'll go ahead and enter my appetizer names here in the first 3 rows below appetizers, and then I'll put my prices here in the middle 3, and then I'll put a picture in the next 3. So that's what's going to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the next section and merge those cells. Change this, change this to the same font as my appetizers, and change this to 22 as well. Okay, so my next section is going to be, let me shift this, Control Shift E to move to the middle. My next section is going to be entrees, or the main meal items or main dishes. Okay, and then I'll have my entree, my 3 entrees here, my prices, and my pictures. And then next, I'll go ahead and get my next section set up for dessert. So I'm highlight all 3, go to Merge Cells, and then I'll want to change to the font that I would like to have, and then change the font size to 22. Okay, next, now I can shift to the middle, Control Shift E to center the text, and then type desserts. All right, so now I've got 3 sections. Each of these I can go ahead and add my menu items to them. So I'll do that now. And just to make this a little bit easier to read, I'm going to go back to the page setup and change it to a little bit lighter color. Let's try maybe this one. See if that's easier to see. There we go. Okay, so I'll go ahead and enter my items here. So and then I'll enter my prices on the right side. Now for here I'm going to want to shift everything to the right for my prices. So Control Shift R will align it to the right. And let's put the $sign as well. We'll come down here, Control Shift R, and we'll put the price in there. Control-Shift-R will shift us to the right. All right, so I've got my appetizer names, my prices. Now I'm going to insert my pictures. So to insert an image, you can just click Insert, Image, and then you can search the web. So let's look for papaya salad. And let's add that one. Okay, and we will need to format these as well, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute after I get these other pictures in. Let's go to Insert, Image, search the web. See if I can find one I like. Yeah, we'll just do this one. And then the last picture, let's go ahead and put that in as well. All right, so now that I've inserted my pictures, I'm going to have to adjust them so that they all have the same formatting so that we don't have different sizes and everything. So in order to do that, I need to click on the image, then click on the menu that'll pop up, this three-dot menu here, and then I can go ahead and click on All Image Options. Okay, so from here I can click on Size and Rotation. And the first thing you'll want to do is you'll see this blue check here, you want to uncheck it. Now it'll let us adjust it, both the width and height without the others changing. So we're going to change, for this activity, we're going to change the height to 0.75, and then we're going to change, that was the width, we're going to change the height over here to 0.75, and the width is going to be 2. All right, so once that is done, I can go ahead and click outside of here. So now it will be stretched out, and that is okay. We just want to have all of our images to look the same as far as the same size. So click on the image, click on the three dots, go to All Image Options, and then we'll go ahead and go up to Size and Rotation again. Width, like I said, was going to be 2.0. Height was going to be 0.75. All right, so let's go ahead and click out of there. That one looks good. Let's go to the last one. And we still have our image options open. If you didn't, you could click on this and go to All Image Options to bring it up. So once again, this is unchecked. We got 2 for the width and 0.75 for the height. All right, so you're going to do that for all of your pictures so that they all match up. And they may be stretched, and that is okay. All right, the next thing we'll need to do is go ahead and make sure that these here are centered vertically. So we can go ahead and highlight the table here, and then we can right click, go to Table Properties, Cell Vertical Alignment. We can change that to middle. Okay, now all of our cells are centered vertically. So that looks good so far. All right, so we're going to continue. I would add all of my entrees as well and desserts, just like I did for the appetizers. And once that is all finished and your whole menu's filled out with all the items that need to be there, we're going to go ahead and add a row of dots between the name and the price. So we can go ahead and do this here. Just hit the period till you get to the end. Okay, that was one too many. All right, so we'll come over here to this side, and if I go ahead and hit the dots right next to the $sign, it will go over to the side there. That was one too many. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that for each of these, and once that is done, we're just going to do a little bit more formatting, and then we'll be done with the assignment. So let's go ahead and get over to this side and put our dots in. And if it accidentally kicks you down to the next line, then just delete the extra dots that you put in so it can just show up on one line and it doesn't take up 2 lines on your cell in your table. Yep, so that had 2 lines, I just backspace and there we go. Okay, so that's all set up. So I would do this for all 3 sets, the appetizers, desserts, and entrees. And once that is done, we're going to change the inside look of this table a little bit. So in order to do that, we're going to first get rid of the table borders and then select a color. So I'm going to right click inside the table and then I'm going to go to Table Properties. And then where I have table border, it has a color and it says 1 point. We're going to change this to 0. That's going to get rid of the borders completely. However, we're also going to change the cell background color as well. So we're going to change the cell background color to an even lighter color. So let's try this. All right, so that changed that cell, but let's go ahead and change the rest of the cells as well. So we're going to highlight the whole table. I believe that should be it. And then we're going to right click, Table Properties. We're going to change the cell background color, and I'll do this light color again here. And then I hit OK. So now we've got a nice menu here. And that's pretty much it. So these should be filled out, obviously, the entrees and desserts as well. But once that's all filled out and you've got a different color on the inside than the outside, it should be all finished.